Andy Harvey is National Officer for Education for the Educational Institute of Scotland, joins us live this morning. Andy, good morning.
Good morning, Stephen.
What's going on in Scotland's schools with violence?
I think, first of all, to respond to the clip that you just played from the Primary 1 teacher, it was absolutely heartbreaking to hear, but sadly it does confirm what the EIS research has shown. We did a survey of our branches recently that showed nationally 8 in 10 Scottish schools are dealing with violence and aggression every single week. And this is a significant issue. It's impacting the learning in many of our classrooms. It's contributing to stress, sickness and anxiety for teachers, and also disruption and trauma for many of our learners, including very young learners who have to witness this.
See, that's what will surprise people and has surprised people about this, Andy, is Louise, that teacher, that's primary 1. It's not secondary school. It's not primary going into secondary. It's right at the very beginning of the learning experience.
You're absolutely correct, Stephen. Our research has shown that violence and aggression is present in all sectors of education, but interestingly, it shows that physical violence and attacks are more common in primary schools and in special educational settings. And that might be against the public perception, because there has been a lot of coverage, for example, of video recordings of quite extreme violence in secondary schools. But physical violence, our data suggests, is more likely in the primary school, where teachers have been kicked, bitten, spat at, punched, just as the teacher said on debate night the other night. In secondary settings, however, teachers are more likely to face aggressive and threatening behaviour, derogatory and obscene remarks. And particularly worrying is that we're seeing an increase in discriminatory abuse, such as misogyny, racism and homophobia, directed at teachers.
What do you want to see done about this, Andy? 23-24, I think it was, not one single child was excluded from a school in Scotland. Are exclusions the answer?
I would say that exclusion has to be on the table. Head teachers need that option because sometimes it is appropriate. And right now, I think too many head teachers feel that they've had it taken away from them. But I think we need to be very, very honest here, Stephen. Sending a child home for a couple of days or a week after a violent incident doesn't fix what made them lash out in the first place. So we're not against exclusion, but we're against it being the only tool left in the box. The government has put a lot of store into restorative approaches and relational approaches in school, and the EIS would support that, but they must be properly resourced. They cannot operate in isolation from real consequences, and they cannot be used as a substitute for adequate staffing and support, particularly for the 43% of young people who have additional support needs.